Dear NurJehan Haqq, I know right now life seems confusing. You're trying to figure out who you are, where you belong, and what your purpose is. You may not see it yet, but you are a kingdom ambassador, chosen by God with a divine assignment. One day, you will understand that everything you go through, every challenge, every setback, and every moment of joy is shaping you into the person you are destined to be. I wish I could tell you to slow down and listen more. Ephesians 6:2-3 says, "Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth." If I had truly embraced this scripture when I was your age, I might have avoided some of the struggles that came from following the wrong crowd. I know you want to make your own decisions to prove you are independent, but not all paths lead to good places. Sometimes the wisdom of those who love you is the very thing that will keep you from stumbling. But even when you do stumble, know this: God's grace will always find you. You don't have to do everything on your own. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." There will be days when you feel exhausted, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but never forget where your strength comes from. Your faith is not just something you believe. It is something that can bring change. Faith and activism go hand in hand. Look at our history. Every major movement for justice was led by people who believed in something greater than themselves. The civil rights movement was rooted in the church. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. preached about a dream of equality before leading marches in the streets. The Black Panther Party, despite being portrayed as militant, worked within their communities to feed children, educate the youth, and defend those who were oppressed. These movements teach us that faith without action is incomplete. You will learn that justice is not given, it is fought for. I want you to understand Black history in a way that school books might not ever teach you. When Shirley Chisholm ran for president in 1972, she wasn't just making history, she was breaking barriers. She stood against a system that said a Black woman could never hold power, and though she did not win, she paved the way for others like Kamala Harris. And when Barack Obama became president, it was a fulfillment of something many thought would never happen. These moments show us that progress is real, but it doesn't come without struggle. And struggle, my dear, is something Black people have always known. The Black Lives Matter movement is one of many examples of how history is often twisted. Some will try to convince you that standing up for justice is an act of violence, but never forget, our fight has always been about peace, about fairness, about the right to live without fear. When people rewrite our history to fit their own agendas, it is our responsibility to correct them. Growing up, you might not see the depth of systemic inequality, but as you get older, you will. You will recognize how economic disparities keep our people from reaching their full potential. You will see how racial profiling is not just something that happens on TV, but a reality for many Black men and women. You will learn that justice does not come easily for people who look like you, but you will also see the resilience of Black people. How we continue to rise, how we continue to push forward despite the odds stacked against us. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." That is the foundation of resilience. When life gets hard, When injustice seems overwhelming, when you feel like giving up, remember who you are and whose you are. You are part of a legacy of strength, wisdom, and perseverance. As you grow, you will realize that knowledge is power. If there is one thing you must do, it is to educate yourself and those around you. Speak the truth about Black history. Teach your children, your neighbors, your community. The more we know, the more we empower ourselves to create real change. Most importantly, never forget that unity is stronger than division. Our faith and our history are not just for us. They are bridges that can connect different cultures and communities. When you step into spaces where you are the minority, do so with confidence. Show them that faith sees no color, that love knows no boundaries, that history belongs to all of us. If I could leave you with one piece of advice, it would be this: never give up. Life will test you. People will underestimate you. Injustice will anger you. Keep your faith, keep your hope, and keep fighting for what is right. Your story is still being written, and trust me, it's going to be a powerful one. With love and wisdom, your older self.